Well, great morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and grab some cards and let me move all these stoma guards out of the way. I'm having so much fun making these. Yesterday, I wore my space one with all the sparkles. And today, I'm going to try the biggest one and just see how it works. And I've got the big kitty on today. Big kitty cat. So we'll see how this does. It's going to be interesting. So let me grab some cards and we'll do an open read and just see. We'll do a couple open reads and see what we get today. You know what? Let's just start with these this morning. I had somebody yesterday that said, I have to see you shuffle the cards. I have to see you shuffle. Why? Why? You think it's going to change the reading? Do you think I'm cheating? It's the only reason they have for wanting to see you shuffle the cards, because it's not going to do anything to the reading. But here, you can see the cards shuffling. Now, it doesn't make a hill of frickin' beans to see me shuffling or not. Why? Because I don't draw off the top of the deck. Okay? Now, let's see how stupid and foolish your remark was, because this is the way that I do it. First card out. The house. Where one is living could be the White House. And balancing. Need to have balance in the house, whether it's the White House or your own house. Now, do you see how stupid your thing is? You have to see me shuffle. Because I cut the deck at every pull. It wouldn't matter if I never shuffled. So now you can back off of your ridiculous remark. Okay? So what's being eaten away is being adaptable. So when things, you want to maintain balance as much as you can. And as things are being eaten away, as we continue to go through this difficulty, one has to be adaptable to continue to be in balance. Okay? So it's about connections, marriages, connections, and disappointments. Okay? Now, we are very disappointed in the connections that Trumpenstein is making. Okay, the things that he's doing, his ridiculous things. But again, in our own lives, if we come in and we are connected with somebody or something and we're getting disappointments, okay, maybe they're trying to eat away at things. Again, we have to be adaptable and we have to come to balance, continue in balance. When it comes to finances or lies, let's look and see what we have. The crisis, yes. We are feeling, a lot of people are feeling, here we have the coffee cup overflowing. We have, above it, we have electrical storms, okay, happening. and disappointment in what is happening with tariffs, etc. Again, it's saying we have to be adaptable and be as balanced as we can. Don't let yourself get off balance because of this feeling of crisis. Oh, is this the higher knowledge, or is this Trumpenstein's narcissism? Let's look and see. The indulgence. This is Trumpenstein's narcissism. Now, the other day he said, you only need $2. You don't need $30. You know, this fool doesn't understand. There are children that would be happy to have one doll. One doll. Okay? They don't have 30 dolls. Most people's children do not have 30 dolls. Okay? They're lucky if they have one or two. So, he's talking about being indulgent. Well, that may work with your wealthy friends, but not for most of humanity. They're not indulging in money and facing a crisis because of it. They're trying to live their lives. And they feel a crisis is on the horizon. And again, they're very disappointed with what you're doing with tariffs and your stupidity. Okay? And just eating away at adapting, being able to adapt and to balance. They would like to balance things in their home. But a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, barely making it as it is. And now you're going to raise prices on things by sometimes double. Okay? So how do you think that's going to work out, fool in the White House? Okay? And how happy do you think people are going to be? Because most Americans understand nobody's got $30 in their house. Unless you're wealthy. Okay? So, you're not going to have $30. You'll have two, and those two will be more expensive. Okay? Well, then they will have zero. So, it's about friends, loyalty, and anxiety. Why? Because you're not loyal. Because Trumpenstein is not loyal. There's a lot of anxiety here, especially among the Magatonians that voted for this fool. Okay? But I saw an interview that there were with children and make the price lower on Barbies. Yeah, that was when he was running at one of his rallies. They actually interviewed two little girls. They make lower the prices and lower the prices on Barbies. Okay. Well, he's not lowering the prices on Barbies. Now he's saying, you shouldn't have 30, maybe 2, and they're going to be more expensive. Well, I guarantee these girls do not have 30 Barbies laying around their homes. Okay. So again, this is about balancing as much as one can in their homes, being as adaptable as we can as things are being eaten away, feeling a lot of disappointment with the connections, feeling a crisis is coming, monetarily wise, and this fool is talking about being indulgent, okay, overbuying for your children. And so the people that had voted for this fool are feeling very anxious at the moment. Okay? So all we can do is to go forward. But this is saying, Magatonians especially that voted for this fool, it's hitting the fan. It's hitting the fan. Because they know full well that this fool has no idea about most people's lives. You know, this fool that thought groceries is an old-fashioned title, a name. Groceries. What is that word? Isn't that an interesting groceries? This fool has never shopped in a grocery store. This fool has never had to live paycheck to paycheck. Okay? And he's got absolutely no clue what he is doing to people's lives. And he doesn't care. You know, he doesn't care. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. Yeah, instead of 30, just buy them 2. They don't need 30. Like I said, most of these people that voted for this fool, they'd be happy if they had 1. 1. And they may not even get that with what he's doing, because they will be lucky to put food on the table, let alone 30 Barbies under the Christmas tree. Okay? So it's like I said, the further this goes on, if somebody's going to take him out, it would be the Magatonians. You know, the ones that had little girls that said, "And can you lower the price of Barbies?" Yeah. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.